Hello and welcome to yet another game design and implementation video at QUT. It's been a while since I revisited this series, but I currently have a pretty good reason to. This reason being that I am currently lecturing immersive level design and we have switched to Unity as the level design tool of choice. Really for one simple reason, that being ProBuilder. So this is basically just a good opportunity to introduce ProBuilder within Unity within the context of units at QUT, specifically immersive level design. However, the information in this video should be relevant to anyone undertaking Unity-related units at QUT, as really you can use ProBuilder for literally any and all of your projects throughout your university career. So first of all, what is ProBuilder? Well, ProBuilder could more correctly be described as an official plugin for Unity, adding essentially what amounts to basic 3D modeling tools in an incredibly lightweight package. You can actually download ProBuilder for free on the Asset Store, and utilizing it within Unity is incredibly straightforward. Now I say 3D modeling tools and not animation tools as the purpose of ProBuilder appears to be more tailored towards designing static 3D objects, such as buildings, and not free-form moving dynamic elements such as characters. ProBuilder integrates well within the standard Unity interface and has strong hooks into the game engine itself, manipulating game object components such as collision meshes on the fly. Essentially, this makes ProBuilder a perfect tool for designing levels with, particularly within the game engine that we predominantly utilize at QUT. It is also relatively stable and full of hidden features, which is a huge bonus. In fact, in the many hours of testing, writing tutorials, and generating assignment content, I have not yet been able to make the tool malfunction. To be honest, that is surprisingly rare for me. So this is already seeming like a commercial for the tool, so let's actually jump into what it can do. I won't be going over all the features of ProBuilder here as it will be reserved for immersive level design proper, but the basic techniques are easy enough to demonstrate. Whether you start with a default Unity game object or a customized ProBuilder one, you will spend most of your time performing vertex or face manipulations. These tools function pretty much as you expect, moving the vertices of the mesh of an object around in a translation, scaling, or rotation fashion. The faces of an object can also be extruded, cloning the vertices comprising a face selection and creating additional geometry which you can move about. This is something that by default you can't do in Unity, and predominantly the main thing that you will do with ProBuilder. Without needing to fire up a separate 3D modeling program like Blender to quickly amend a minor level element is a pretty big deal. Other important object manipulations include things like collapsing vertices to make points, cloning geometry for multiple reasons, combining geometry for similar reasons, as well as the capacity to manipulate pivot points with little difficulty. These techniques, including relevant uses and examples, will be detailed more specifically in the workshop content for IGB 321. However, anyone familiar with basic 3D modeling tools will be right at home with these tools. There are plenty of other vertex and face manipulation options available for creating specific geometry, but probably the next most important feature of ProBuilder is definitely its UV texturing capacity. By default, manipulating the textures of an object in Unity is a little bit fiddly, as you don't have much control over the tiling and direction of simple textures. With ProBuilder, objects are essentially unwrapped, allowing you to manipulate the UV or XY coordinates of the textures applied to individual faces. Additionally, you can apply multiple textures to an object, but in the form of Unity's materials. So yes, you can totally make a door frame that has a clear glass component that is also slightly reflective without needing to leave Unity at all. More importantly though, the capacity to do things like bump map particular sections of an object in Unity without needing to set it up in an external program just makes life much easier. The amount of detail you can get out of simple objects should be quite impressive. On that note, however, it is necessary to use this video to describe the level of detail that we expect from students using a tool like ProBuilder at QUT. Besides perhaps final year or capstone projects, the answer should be somewhere between low for early assignments to medium for later assignments regarding the level of expected detail. You could totally go nuts with a tool like ProBuilder, but for the most part it is not necessarily the focus of the unit that you are using it with, even for a unit like Immersive Level Design. So, while ProBuilder will give you the keys to a part of the engine not previously available, you should attempt some degree of normalization and self-moderation. Designing a level is an iterative process, one that you can revisit sections of multiple times, so spending 1 hour on layout and then 10 hours tweaking a perhaps unnecessary light post is not the best use of your time. If you are ever concerned about how much detail you are expected in your current game unit, do not hesitate to ask your tutors. They will likely have a very accurate approximation most of the time.